got the hubby plus the wife to the life. All together now, we gotta keep it tight. We're checking up, we're checking in, so together we can win. We're connected now, so let's turn up the mic. We got the hubby plus the wife to the life. All together now, we gotta keep it tight. We're checking up, we're checking in, so together we can win. We're connected now, so let's turn up the mic.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the HubbyWifeLife podcast. I'm Brian. This is my lovely wife, FeFe, my sweetheart.
Hello, everyone. We're so glad to see you again for this podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you, it's been a lot going on. It's been exciting. Things are happening, and I'm hoping that things are happening for you as well in your life. Things are busy, but it's still a great time. Before we get started, I love to ask my wife what's going on. And so I'm going to ask her now, how are you doing, love?
I'm doing great, doing amazing. Just got back from a trip and everything gelled together. It was wonderful. God blessed us to get there and get back safely and you have a wonderful time.
You crossed over a couple of few states, right?
A couple of few states. We had some airline challenges.
Yeah.
However, we ended up in an extra state that we weren't planning on residing in for those amount of hours.
On that, but that's air travel these days. You know, that's how it is sometimes.
But I'm just glad to be back home. I'm glad everything went well. How about you, babe? How was your week?
Absolutely fantastic. Great week. Got a lot accomplished this week, and you know, these days I've been more into getting things accomplished. I used to, when I was younger, I used to have this thing where if I could get 10 things done for the day, I'm great, or get 15 things done. Now it's more like a good 4 or 5 things. If I can get a good solid 4 or 5 things done for the day, then I'm doing really good. And I'm talking outside of my work and things like that. So
right. Well, okay. We have a great topic today because we're living in a time where there's a lot of separation, a lot of division, a lot of disconnection in society, and it seems to have drifted into our homes, and we find ourselves less connected than what we used to be. We find ourselves disconnected and allowing space and situations and issues and jobs and parenting to get in between us. And so today what we want to talk about is some ways to be connected and stay connected in our relationships.
Absolutely.
And babe, it reminds me of a time where we had a wire that had been split or somehow unraveled or disconnected. And I remember how you repaired that wire.
Okay.
And so what you did is you putting the wire together and twisting the wire as tight as you could get it. And then you made sure that it made a connection.
Right.
And then once it made a connection, you secured it and you bound it.
Yes.
And there was a bond with that connection.
Yes.
So that
electrical tape. Excuse me.
So that it wouldn't be disconnected anymore. You made it really tight.
Yes.
You made sure that it was a bond and a connection there, so that the electrical device could function the way it should.
Absolutely.
And so I was thinking about that in relationships. Sometimes we can end up unraveling because we're losing that threefold cord that is not easily broken.
Wow, that's good.
And so if we find ourselves unraveling, we have to do what we need to do, what's necessary to make sure we maintain our connection and make sure we maintain the bond that we have in our relationship.
That's good.
The bond that we always loved when we were dating, when we were engaged.
Yes.
We spent a lot of time together making sure that we were fortified.
Yes.
And so today we want to highlight some areas. There's lots of dynamics and being connected, but there's a few that we want to share with you today on the podcast, and believe it really will help you. Number one that I want to present is make sure you're listening to one another. Active listening. So there's a difference between listening and then active listening. Right. So what is active listening?
Come on, break it down.
How can I listen actively? Mm-hmm. And basically that's saying that you're engaged in the listening process. When your spouse is communicating with you, you're not distracted. You're giving them your eyes. You're giving them your full attention. Yes. And you're listening with your heart. And also it means that you stop what you're doing and you're paying close attention to what they're saying. And they're saying things in their body language as well. They're saying things in their emotions. Yes. So you're listening, and you're listening without judgment, and you're listening without interruptions.
That's good.
So that's really important as an active listener.
That's awesome. It's also you taking the time to be with each other on a regular basis. And what I mean by that is this: we get busy, and we get so active and so busy that some couples don't communicate. They don't really talk on a regular basis. They may see each other, in the morning, and then late at night, when they lay down, but there's no real communication in between. Sometimes you have couples that travel, just like FeFe just traveled. So one of the things that we do as a habit, in order for us to stay connected, is if you're one of those couples that communicate regularly throughout the day, that's great, because that means that you're checking in.
Right.
And so you have a good communication regularity, because you're continuing to talk throughout the day, whether through phone, text, what have you, you're communicating. But what about that person, or those people who are traveling, or those people who have jobs that take them away from each other and they don't talk as much?
Right.
We have what we've done for years is called a check-in or a check-up. In this case, it will be a check-up.
Right.
And a check-up is at the end of the week. Let's you and I go out. It could be going on a walk. It could be you could be going out to dinner, and talking.
Right.
And getting caught up. What's been going on with you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? And really, really getting back to each other.
I just want to hop in, if you don't mind, right there, because think about when you go to the doctor for a checkup. What do they ask you? They ask you, how have you been doing? What's been going on?
Absolutely.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling well? You're going through a check-up. They're checking on your well-being.
Yes.
And so I like how he put that, because when we check in with each other, we're checking on each other and asking, how have you been doing, babe? How's things been going?
How have you really been doing?
How have you really been doing?
That's good. We have to come to a place where we recognize that we need to meet each other's needs. We need to meet each other where we are and be a blessing and be a help.
That's number two.
And that's number two. Recognizing and meeting each other's needs is very, very important. We want to do it emotionally. We want to be able to talk about things that matter to us.
Right.
We want to do it physically, be surprised at what a touch can do.
Right.
Okay. And we also want to be able to do it intellectually and spiritually.
Right.
Because we are intellectual beings and we are spiritual beings.
Absolutely.
And so we want to be in a place where we are really helping each other. And it's essential for a healthy relationship to be able to meet each other's needs and to be able to be there for one another.
Right.
And listen, meeting each other's needs sometimes is as simple as what FeFe was saying earlier. I am comforting you by being here. I hear you. I'm listening. Sometimes all it is just to listen. Maybe I had a bad day. And I'm not looking for you to fix anything, but I need a shoulder.
So what it's talking about in essence is I'm recognizing. How do you recognize something or someone? You recognize their presence.
Yes.
How do you recognize you pay attention.
Yes.
To like, oh, I see you. I see you, babe, and I'm recognizing you, and so I'm going to meet that need. I see that you are not 100%, so I'm going to check in with you, and because I recognize this something's bothering you, or you're tired.
Absolutely.
And once I recognize that you're tired, I'm going to support you in that area. I'm going to say, you know what, I got the kids tonight. Or you know what?
That's good.
Why don't you go ahead and have some downtime, and I'll take care of what we had planned later on. So
that's good.
So at that point, I'm recognizing what the issue is, and I'm addressing the need.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Number 3. So today we're talking about ways that couples can stay connected, which is so important. So number 3 is affection.
Okay.
We can stay connection by exhibiting affection to one another, making sure that we touch regularly, we kiss regularly, and we make that a new normal. We don't come in and you're at one end of the couch and I'm at the other end of the couch, or we pass each other in the kitchen. But you make sure you make that touch. I recognize you, I see you, I touch you, I feel you. Let's hug, let's kiss. Even if you're not that touchy-feely type of person, but it's important to increase physical affection and emotional connection.
Absolutely.
Being in a tune with one another can help sustain our relationship. It can help us have a meaningful bond if we're touching and being affectionate.
Absolutely. Kiss often. I think that kiss in the morning is a good thing. You know, kiss before bed. You know, make sure that you spend that time doing that, because it lets your partner know, it lets your spouse know. You know what, I got you, and it's nothing like a good touch.
Right.
Also, don't hesitate to send a flirtatious message to your spouse throughout the day.
Absolutely.
You know,
that's affection as well.
Yeah. Send a text, and let them know how you're feeling about them. Some flower emojis or something, or better yet, send them some flowers for real. So make sure that you're doing those things that allow your spouse, allow your partner to feel special. Think about what you did when you were dating.
Yes.
And remember how you were when you dated.
You were affectionate.
Because the way that you were when you dated, that's how you still want to continue to be.
Absolutely.
You want to keep the fire alive. You want to keep the connection strong.
Yes.
Do what you did when you were dating.
Absolutely. Keep it going. Keep it hot. Keep it spicy.
Yes.
Don't let it die down. It's a choice. It's what we choose to do. If we choose to put fire on that log, well, then that fire will continue. If we choose to monitor that fire and make sure the sparks stay in there, well, the sparks will remain. Otherwise, if we're not adjusting those logs, making sure it stays hot,
yes,
and the embers stay burning,
yes, well,
it's going to die down. So we want to make sure that we are staying connected by being affectionate.
That's good. And also, we want to forgive quickly.
Forgive quickly. Yes.
Forgive quickly.
Number 4.
Yeah, we don't keep track of each other's wrongs. We don't want to we want to make sure that we're not keeping track of each other's wrongs.
Right.
Let it go.
Yep.
Let it go, especially if it's a minor thing. Don't hold on to it. Just let it go and move on. Because for people who try to keep track of little tit for tats, well, you didn't do this. Well, I said this to you, but you didn't say it back.
It's just pettiness. It's pettiness. And we don't want to be hypercritical.
Right.
And always complaining. That's just a bad vibe and a bad atmosphere that you're creating in your home.
So you want to let it go.
Let it go quickly.
Let it go. If it's a major thing, talk it out. Take time to talk it out, because one of the things in communication is we want to come to a place of agreement.
Right.
We want to come to a place of agreement. We'll be talking about that in the future, about agreement, but we want to come to a place of agreement. And active listening is a part of coming to a place of agreement, because I want to hear what you're saying, so much so that when I'm listening because I want to be the solution to your problem.
Yes.
And I want to be the answer to that question. I want to be the one who fulfills what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And as a spouse, you are uniquely qualified to do just that. You are in their life specifically for the purpose of answering a question that when they ask it, only you can truly answer it, and solving a problem that when that problem comes up, it's not for the person down the street, it's not for your cousin, it's not for mama, it's not for nobody else, but it's for you to answer, and it's for you to solve.
So in essence, I don't know if you all have heard that our spouses are our ministry. They're our first ministry above
Absolutely.
all. And so therefore, I am anointed to bless him.
Yes.
In areas of his life. I'm anointed to
Absolutely.
speak into him.
Yes.
I'm anointed to pour into him.
Yes.
And touch him and reach him in a place where no one else can.
Absolutely.
So it's very important that we keep that in mind, even in forgive and fast. Forgive and fast is recognizing, and this is what helped me to forgive quicker, because, I have the tendency to just kind of reenact what it was that offended me over and over again, and wonder this and wonder that, and the Lord let me see that the enemy was trying to build a wall between us.
Yes.
As long as we're not in a forgiving space, we're allowing the enemy to just take that cement and just build those bricks taller and taller in between us, creating a wall. And so we want to make sure that we address the issue.
Yes.
Make sure, of course, that we have our emotions in check.
Right.
Right. Learn to calm yourself. Learn to pray. Learn
self-soothe.
Self-soothe. Learn to count. Do the countdown. Whatever you need to do to calm yourself and be sober.
Yes.
And then address the issue and be sweet about it.
That's good.
Like, baby, let's talk about what happened this morning. It's bothering me, and I just want to make it right. And so I just don't want to let another moment go by, because time is too short.
Absolutely.
So let's address this and try to come to an agreement and forgive one another during that process, and do that quickly. So the next one, number 5, is prioritizing. We need to make sure that we are prioritizing our marriage and prioritizing our husbands and our wives, our spouses.
That's good.
Make sure that we're not putting them on the back burner.
Right.
Make sure that we're not giving them our leftovers. Make sure that we're giving them the best that we can.
That's good.
If we got to make adjustments, if we got to make a phone call and recognize I need to spend time with my spouse, my husband. I need to spend time with him. Let me make some adjustments. Let me text and make some phone calls and let him know that he's my priority. I'm going to put this phone on hold. I'm going to put these people on hold. I'm going to get the children taken care of, and I'm going to get them all set up. And if there's some pop-up issues that try to arise when we have already made plans to be together, I'm going to have to put those aside, because I'm prioritizing him. That's what we need to do in our relationships. We need to make sure that we're showing that we are dedicated and we are putting our focus on each other. We're being patient, we're being loving, and we're being caring, and making sure that we are prioritizing each other and communicating with each other. That, baby, I got you. What you need? What do you need? You're number one. You know what? Let me turn this phone off. Let me turn this phone off right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Make sure that I'm giving you my attention. You're my number one. You my day one. You my number one. and I got you.
That's good. That's good. So that's a great point. So one particular day, I'm gonna share the story real quick. One particular day, I was watching a game. It was really good. It was a basketball game, and they were going back and forth. The scene was great. The action was fantastic, and I was into it. And there had been times in the past when FeFe would come in, and I would go greet her after the commercial would come on. She would come in, she would put her purse down, put her keys down, she would go to the kitchen. I'm in the living room, and I'm watching the game. And she would say, "Hi, babe." And at first, I may say, "Hi," whatever. But I wouldn't really respond the way I should.
Right.
One day, it dawned on me. If you came home and she didn't stop to greet you, how would it make you feel?
Right.
You've been at work all day, you've been grinding, you've been hustling, you've been doing what you're supposed to do, and then you come home and you don't. Where's the love?
It's
right?
like you're invisible.
So after that, whenever she would come home, I don't care what I'm doing, unless it's just something I cannot put down. I have to, I'm stopping everything to go and greet her, to hug her, to kiss her, let her know, hey, what's up? How you doing, girl?
And he does. And it makes me feel special. It makes me feel important. I used to tell the joke. I said, you know what? What let me know that he loved me is when he took that remote and put that TV show on mute.
Yeah.
Talk to me. And so I said, this boy must love me.
I love you, girl. I love you, girl. Yeah.
So those are some of the ways it's important to stay connected. We are so glad to be able to share with you today.
We're excited to be with you. And once again, thank you so much for joining us and being with us and coming back, because we got more for you, and it's gonna get gooder and gooder. We just got this little thing that we like to say at the end of our podcast, and FeFe is so good at bringing that out. So
absolutely, always remember this: stay together.
Stay together.
Hold hands.
Hold hands.
And look both ways before crossing the street. All right?
All right.
All right.
Once again, this is Brian and FeFe with the Hubby Wife Life podcast. Thank you for joining us today. Come on back.
Come on back.
All right.
Thanks for joining us on the Hubby Wife Life podcast. Yes. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.